Hello, my name's Buster,
And my name's Boots.
and welcome back to the Beam AI Racing Series for Race 4.
Yes, it's time for a whole new class. It's time to get the qualifying done so we can decide the grid positions.
Yes, exactly. So this is Gambler 500 class. So do you want to give the viewers a little bit of background on what the Gambler 500 is?
Yeah, of course. So this was invented by Tate Morgan, this class, back in 2014. And the idea was it was all for charity, like a largely off-road race for charity, where everyone had a sort of $500 budget to build something a little silly and maybe a little bit wacky.
Yeah, slightly unconventional vehicles, but it was all for charity. So we've decided, race 4 is going to be the Gambler 500 class.
Yeah, quite frankly, I can't wait to see all these wacky vehicles all on the track together for the actual knockout race. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be interesting. There's quite a good mixture of vehicles here and some quite interesting looking ones. So, with all that said, I think we're getting ready to get started.
Yes, we precisely are. So I believe the vehicle to get started is the Covet, which is the unstable, which is this silly vehicle with 3 wheels from Japan. So we know it's going to fail.
Wait, no, what do you mean? A lot of Japanese vehicles have done pretty well.
Yeah, but not this one. No.
Well, it's 3-wheel drive actually. This so someone's taken a tractor wheel and has managed to.
She fell over. Yeah, again. What is useless? Useless. Covet's useless.
Well, let's get. Okay, a little bit of trouble.
I mean, that's a health and safety risk there with the drive shaft just sticking out. You could quite easily get your long hair caught in it. That's quite a health and safety risk.
I don't have long hair anymore. I decided to cut it. I don't have my COVID hair anymore. I decided to.
COVID hair or Covet hair?
We're slightly getting off track here, but anyway, so the Covet is getting set to go here. Ready? And
off we go. Now let's see how useless this vehicle is now.
Well, let's see. It's free-wheel drive, so it's got drive to all 3 wheels. So let's see how it gets on now. I do think, as we saw there, that turning is going to be a slight problem.
Here we go. Now, here we go. It can't. Yeah, here we go. Failure. Yeah, I'll fail.
No, wait. No, we're back on the wheels. Back on all 3. So wait a minute. Let's give it a shot here. It's only lap 1. Let's see how the Covet can do.
Yeah, well, I think probably Farmer Joe is probably missing his tractor wheel. I'm pretty sure he wants his tractor wheel back because it's not really being used to its potential here.
Maybe. It does look like a tractor wheel, doesn't it? So that's... Oh, dear. So that looks like the end of that, then.
Oh, no. Here comes Derek. Derek's coming to save the day.
Yeah, good old Derek is here to save the day. Yep, so whenever any vehicle is incapacitated, we need Derek to come over and get it back to, or back on its wheels, or back to the paddock.
Whoops! Oh no, Derek, what are you doing? Where did Derek pass his driving tests? It looks like he's having some trouble there.
Well, never fear, Derek is a professional, so I'm sure he'll be very delicate. Oh dear, as usual. I mean, it never really ends very well, does it?
So Derek's going down the home straight. A little bit off to one side there, but let's see if Derek can actually help the Covet. So let's see.
Yeah, anyway, so as we say, though, so the qualifying has to be done so we can determine the grid positions, and then after this, there's the knockout race.
Oh, handbrake done. Bit of sideways action by Derek. Derek, what are you doing? Oh, no. Well, thankfully, that vehicle's only worth $500. $400 or $500, or maybe a couple of dollars. Maybe it's worth $5. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, don't be so harsh. So, Derek now is trying to do his bit now. Oh no, Derek, what have you done? You failed.
Derek is like pulling the car apart. Yes, so, oh dear, now the Covet's trying to get away. As obviously the Covet doesn't trust Derek's professional skill. Oh, off it goes. There you go. Oh no, I don't think the Covet knows where it's going, to be honest.
No, I don't think so either. I think the Comet looks a little bit lost. Meanwhile, you can hear Derek in the background. What is going on here?
Oh no, failed again. Oh dear.
Okay, so, oh Derek, no, what are you doing? Insult to injury there. So, firstly, the Covet couldn't get around the first bend. And and now, of course, Derek has decided to slam into the side of the Covet, the unstable.
Oh well, put the Covet out of its misery, and it's time to take the Covet back to the paddock to get the next vehicle going, because this, of course, will be a DNF for the unstable.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but the Covet unstable has, oh dear, all sorts of trouble here. Yeah, so I think probably I will be interested to see how the unstable gets on in the actual knockout race.
Well, I can answer that question for you now already. Not going to do very well. Oh no! Oh goodness, Derek! Oh, a DNF. A DNF for lap 1 and lap 2. So this poor Covet didn't manage anything, and Derek didn't help. Okay, now the Autobello, Piccolina, la Brutta, Anatra.
La Brutta Anatra. So this means the ugly duckling in English. Well, it's Italian, but okay. Let's see how the ugly duckling gets on here. You can see that it's got a nice extended chassis, which
that was a bit pointless, wasn't it? I think he was going for some kind of a donut, but nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Yeah, it didn't manage it. Probably a bit too much grip and not too much power.
Plus, don't forget the bath. So if you're ever travelling and you need a wash, you can just ask the Brutta Antra and you can just have a little wash in the front of the car. Very nice. Oh, whoops. Okay, that's something left over from Derek earlier. He didn't clean up the track after he was done.
No, he certainly didn't. So the Piccolina now is okay. So we're doing better. So at least the Piccolina has managed to get around that first bend, which I think we called the crescent, but I forget now.
Yeah, well, you need to check your notes. Where are your notes?
So that, I think, was the crescent. Now, this coming up here is the pyramid.
That's correct, yep.
Up and over the pyramid, the Piccolina goes, looking quite slow and steady, but, let's see how it goes.
At least it hasn't rolled over.
So, yeah, that's one thing. So, the Brutta Antra is going down Dust Bowl Alley and heading over to the tabletop now. So, I think the car's fairly stable.
I mean, just the question is, how well is the welding? Has the welding been done very well? That's the question. Will the vehicle hold together?
That's a good question. So the front end, like we said, has been extended. So it's depending on how good the welding is.
As we pass the Tree of Wisdom. So this is the first vehicle to pass the Tree of Wisdom because, of course, the Unstable didn't manage, well, much at all, really.
No, you're right. It didn't manage much, did it? So, yes, so the Piccolina's going down to the home straight.
Ready to cross the line for the first lap to get the first time is a 1 minute 20.75.
Yeah, so as we always say, just under control, nicely, with the porcelain bath in the front. Hopefully the bath doesn't smash into pieces.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's plastic or metal or something. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. What type of different baths are there? I mean, this isn't the home renovation show.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, but I don't know. I mean, why has it got a bath on it anyway?
Yeah, well, we're having a lovely conversation about baths, whether it's porcelain, metal, or plastic. But that's not what we're here for today. We're here to talk about these vehicles and see and discuss the timings and moving on. So the ugly duckling is now heading down past the tabletop into that transition from the dirt to the tarmac.
Whoops! Yeah, so there's quite a lot of suspension travel there. So
maybe there's not much suspension at all at the front. It looks like. I mean, can't see any springs. It's just like rocking left and right.
Yes. So anyway, back over past the Tree of Wisdom, by the way. Back in over the tabletop, down into the home straight.
Manages to just stay under control, crossing the line any second now. 1 minute 14.38, which puts the ugly duckling into first. Well, pole position actually.
Well, yeah, of course it does. It's because the useless Unstable didn't really do anything, did it?
No, it didn't. Okay, so the Civetta Bolide INL. So this is I think the most powerful car here. It's a 259 brake horsepower, 0 to 60. It's definitely the fastest with a 5.6 second 0 to 60.
Yeah, here we go. Now we go. Finally, some little donuts by our little Italian car.
What do you mean a little? It's not little at all. It's got like 6 wheels.
I know, compared to the American muscle, it is little in my view.
So, anyway, so I think this is rear-wheel drive, but I think it is. I'll check. Yes, rear-wheel drive. But I don't know if it's got power to all 4 rear wheels or not. Actually, I think I'm not sure.
Anyway, off we go. So the Civetta Bolide is off to start its first lap, and the question is, can it beat the time set by the I was going to say Unstable. No, that didn't even make it anywhere, did it? So the question is, can it beat the 1:14.38 set by the Brutta Antra?
Yes, very good Italian, I must say. Good. Okay, so so this is as you said, 5.6 0 to 60. So it's the quickest car of the pack, although it doesn't look like it's necessarily moving that quickly here.
No, maybe he's just trying to be careful, because obviously these vehicles like this, $500, so anything can go wrong. It also, depending, as we said, depends how good the welding is.
Yes, precisely. So across the transition to the tarmac, and we're going around now. I think we called this pothole crescent or something. I can't remember.
Yes, make sure you check your notes.
Well, anyway, past the tree of wisdom. I know that. Good, and heading up and over the tabletop, ready to finish the lap 1 for the Civetta Bolide, the Owl.
Yeah, let's see what this Italian vehicle can do as we cross the line at 1 minute 15. So, the second lap. Oh, yeah, keeping it under control.
So the second lap of the Piccolina was slightly faster at 1:14. So now the question is, can the Owl do a better time in lap 2?
Yeah, I reckon my money is going to be, yeah, of course it will, because the second lap, of course, is a rolling lap, and so we usually get a better time, unless anything crazy goes wrong, of course.
Nope, so down Dust Bowl Alley and heading towards the tabletop, and yeah, so I think this is going to set a good time.
Yeah, so we're already on vehicle 3, so it's a question of how well all these vehicles can deal with these, the quite hectic, quite big jumps and potholes and all of that sort of stuff.
Yep, over the pothole, past the Tree of Wisdom, and heading to the tabletop. So this is the Civetta Bolide's second lap, and the question is, what sort of time are we going to get here? I doubt we're going to get a sub 1 minute. I think our record is like 58 seconds or so in Season 2.
Yeah, so 1 minute 6:43. So that puts the Civetta Bolide into the pole position currently.
Yes, it does. Of course, that's...
Oh, okay, good. Next, some muscle power, some American muscle. Kinex Owner 06 in the Gavril Grand Marshal Grand Scavenger. So it's not quite as quick with an 8.4 second 0 to 60, but it's an 194 brake horsepower, which compared to the Civetta Bolide is, the Civetta Bolide had 259. So less power, but let's see how we do. Nice little donut here. And the rear wheels are spinning up nicely. Oh no, he's lost his toolkit. Wait a minute, sir, you need to toolkit, don't you?
Yes, never mind, he's got a couple of spare wheels and some spare fuel tanks on the roof still.
Excellent, so the Grand Scavenger getting set to go. Let's see if the Grand Scavenger can get a better time than the Bolide.
Yeah, so it's actually, so this is quite heavy, so it's 1,925 kilos versus the 1,345 kilos for the Bolide. So this is heavier and has less power.
Precisely. So let's see how we get on here. So off the start of the first lap, the question is, will the Grand Marshal, will Kinex Owner 06 in the Grand Marshal be able to hold on to all of the spare parts on the roof there? That's the question on everyone's lips.
Yep, as the Grand Marshal goes down through Dust Bowl Alley, looking pretty strong so far, and yeah, I can't wait to see how all these vehicles get on here.
Yeah, well, actually, that was a pretty heavy jump there, a heavy bang onto the ground, and we're losing parts as well. So I think that was the fuel can actually. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Yeah, the fuel can. Well, at least Kinex Owner 06 still has 2 spare wheels, so that's one thing. At least that's it still has the 2 spare wheels.
Yes, absolutely. And so I think this vehicle is going to have a slightly stronger chassis because it's got the roll cage, and without the extra bits welded on like the Piccolina. So let's see how the Marshal gets on.
Good, lap 1, 1:16.47, so that is a little slower, but we'll see. I'm sure Kinex Owner 06 will get a better time on lap 2.
Yeah, exactly. So it'd be interesting to see. As I say, I just can't wait to see all these vehicles on the track at the same time. But we do know that, of course, the unstable is going to probably cause all sorts of trouble. But currently, it's the only vehicle so far that hasn't even finished a lap. So that puts it by default right at the back of the pack. Yeah, I mean, if a second vehicle also gets a DNF for both laps, then we'll have to figure out some kind of tiebreaker. But for now,
flying beautifully, and Kinex Owner 06 loses a tyre. Sir, don't you need those? I thought that's why you put them on the top there, because you needed the spares. Now you don't have anything. But actually, he has 1 spare tyre left.
Very good. Okay, so 1 spare tyre left, and lightening. You know, it's lightening. So we should consult the Tree of Wisdom really to ask what's best: to have the spare parts or to shed the weight. Yes, potentially we should ask that.
Right, good. So Kinex Owner 06 is going down now for the home straight, crossing the line for lap 2 and a 1 minute 9:69. Excellent. So that puts Kinnick 06 into the second position now.
Yeah, unfortunately just a bit slower than the Civetta Bolide by, what, 3 seconds?
Good. Ibishu Pigeon Poogeon is next.
Oh dear, that didn't sound very good. I think he grinded the old gearbox down. So
Still able to move.
yes, but the question is, will the Poogeon have the same trouble as the unstable and be, as the word says, as the word is, unstable? That's the question.
Here we go, and off we go. Here we go. Colt wheelie.
Wheelie by the Poogeon.
Have you ever seen a Poogeon do a wheelie before? Oh, and another wheelie. There you go. Now I've seen it twice.
Yeah, okay, so this car obviously is going to be pretty unstable, but as it looks like most of the weight is over the rear, and of course the 2 wheels are at the rear, unlike, of course, the unstable where the 2 wheels were at the front. I mean, goodness, hopefully this is going to be a little bit more stable.
Excellent. So as the Poogeon heads up to go up and over the pyramid, it's looking slow.
Yeah, it's looking slow, but at least it's looking actually fairly stable, believe it or not.
Oh, bit wobbly, but yeah, okay. Stable in that it hasn't fallen over yet, so that's a start at least. But it is wobbling a little bit.
Okay, excellent. So nice little jump there by the Poogeon. Down into, I think we called it pothole crescent, I think. But in any case, past the potholes, wisdom.
Whoops-a-daisy, she fell over. Just like that.
Just like that. That nice little recovery by the Poogeon there. So at least the Poogeon.
Will you stop saying Poogeon?
I think the question is, how many times can one say Poogeon? Quite a lot, I imagine.
Perhaps we should ask the Tree of Wisdom.
Excellent. So up and over the tabletop and down into the home straight.
Question is, for lap 1, what kind of time will the Poogeon get? 1:32.02. So that puts it in.
Oh, whoa. Nice little jump there. Nice little jump there by the Poogeon.
And under control still, so that's always good to see.
Well, the suspension at the back doing its job, keeping it upright. Excellent. So that puts the Poogeon currently into the penultimate position. So second from the last position.
Yeah, since it's actually been able to finish some laps, so that's always nice to see. The Poogeon was able to finish some laps. So all it has to do, it doesn't matter what time it gets, at least it's not going to be last.
Precisely. So, down to Dust Bowl Alley, and to be honest with you, the Poogeon isn't looking too bad, actually. At least it's, well, at least it's finishing the laps.
Precisely, yep, up and over the tabletop, down into what's this called again?
I think we said this would be Pothole Crescent, to be honest with you.
Excellent, okay, whoops-a-daisy, down again, but can he recover? Can the Poogeon recover? Poogeon recovers. The Poogeon recovers. We don't have a Poogeon down, thankfully.
Yes, we don't. Yeah, we don't have a Poogeon down. The Poogeon is still running, and past the Tree of Wisdom, up and over the tabletop again after that loop, and down into the home straight.
Yeah, now the question is, can the toxic liquids in the back of that Poogeon remain in the Poogeon?
Yeah, I hope they do stay in there and not come out. That would cause us all sorts of trouble. Biohazard problems. Anyway, so 1:25.25 for the second lap. So a slightly faster second lap.
Brilliant. So now it's Poppy Ace in the Soliad Lansdale, the Landslide.
Yeah, so 10.7 second 0 to 60. This actually is four-wheel drive. And this has a lot of grip, a nice suspension travel, and I think I've got high hopes for this. I think Poppy Ace has made the right decision here with this one. So let's see how Poppy Ace does in the Landslide.
Off we go. So 178 brake horsepower. This actually has quite a lot of torque though at 243, but I think it might be the heaviest car on our track today at 2,055 kilos.
Yes. But the 87 brake horsepower per tonne, and it's all-wheel drive, like we said. So,
and it's got a part of a boat on the top, which is great. If we ever get stuck in some water, we've got a boat to find our way out. So that's quite good.
Yeah, but the problem with that though is I don't think there's any water here. So, yeah.
But it's extra protection. You know, obviously it's there for a reason. The shape of the hull of the boat means that if the landslide rolls over, the shape of the hull is supposed to make the vehicle rub back onto its wheels.
Yeah, great. I love your logic there. Let's hope that helps. I mean, yeah, but I don't think that's really going to help very much because Poppy Ace just really needs to knuckle down and get a couple of good times. And yeah, because of course you do want, as we said, you want to be at the front of the pack.
Yeah, you don't want to be at the back. I mean, you don't want to be at the back with the unstable, because the unstable is going to be at the back. Thankfully, that's not going to be at the front, because that's going to cause all sorts of trouble if the unstable was at the front.
Yeah, exactly. So, coming up to the end of the first lap here, and let's see what Poppy Ace gets. A 1:26.73.
Whoa! Oh, goodness, that was close. I thought we were going to get a roll then by Poppy Ace.
Yeah, and see if the shape, the hull of the boat helps Poppy Ace roll back onto his wheel somehow, miraculously. But that was a well under control, and now hopefully I think Poppy Ace will get a better time now in lap 2.
Yeah. As we say, lap 2 is a rolling lap. So as this vehicle's a bit underpowered, it's quite heavy, but I think as we said, like, sometimes slow and steady can help win the race.
Yep, and so down Dust Bowl Alley. Poppy Ace is heading now to the tabletop and then that last bend past the Tree of Wisdom.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. As we say, all these vehicles are so different. It's going to be quite interesting to see how they get on.
Yep, so Poppy Ace is passing the Tree of Wisdom, heading back over to the tabletop, and yeah, so we've got only a couple of vehicles, two vehicles left to go now.
Yeah, so here we go, down into the home straight, and it's time to see what time Poppy Ace gets. 1:18.54.
Yeah, so that's quite a ways off from the best time, but not a bad time nonetheless.
Yep, getting set up now. So this is Mutu Mortu in the Soliad Wendover Croco.
Yeah, again, a 10.5 second knot to 60, but yeah, of course, this is front-wheel drive, so pulled off a one-sided burnout then in the front wheels. Yeah, because of course there's no diff locks in this vehicle. It's a stock diff, hence why just the front left wheel was spinning.
Yes, so Mutu Mortu is starting now for lap 1. Now the question is, what sort of time can the Croc get?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the Wendover do pretty well in previous races. This, of course, being a new iteration of the Wendover, the Gambler 500 version. So it's time to see how well the Wendover does.
Yep, and plenty of engine oil, spare engine oil there on the roof bracket. So plenty of engine oil if we need to do an oil change.
I'm pretty sure you would probably need to do an oil change after 2 laps of this track, because this track can be pretty brutal on all the cars.
Yeah. We might end up with some oil leaks and goodness knows what, I don't know. But let's see how the Wendover gets on. Now heading down to the last bend of the lap and the Tree of Wisdom.
Yeah, so the again though the Wendover Croco is quite heavy at 1,785 kilos, power to weight ratio of 84. As we said, it's front wheel drive. So you're saving on some weight there because there's no, of course, drive shaft going down to the rear diff, because there isn't one, because it's front wheel drive, of course. So saving a bit of weight there.
Yeah, but coming across the line at 123. So about an average. Oh, nice jump! Oh no! All of the oil is gone. All of the oil. Oh, there's an oil can there, a old bottle of oil. Well, that didn't last, did it? Okay, so the oil quickly left the vehicle, so you won't be able to do any oil changes now.
Yeah, so the track is being littered with all these spare bits and bobs and oil and petrol cans and spare tyres down Dust Bowl Alley.
So at least Mutu Mortu has saved some weight here, because he's now not carrying the four bottles of oil. So that's one thing. That's one good thing, I suppose.
Yep, okay, now, oh goodness, all these bits and bobs all over the track here, oh dear. So it's going to be fun when we see the race. I can't wait to see all these vehicles racing at the same time in the knockout race. It's going to be crazy, but all these spare parts probably flying all over the place.
Yeah, I can imagine totally. So Heading over now to the tabletop, which is just before the home straight.
Yep, time to see what Mutu Mortu gets. Well, the cameraman looks like he got a bit confused. So yes, it's a lovely tree cameraman. 115.56. Nice little jump. Excellent. So now, it's time for the last vehicle to go around our track. Doc Ripley, the Ibishu Covet, the Incapable, which is 9.3 second 0 to 60. Of course, I think this is the lightest vehicle of the track. Nice little front wheel drive burnout there by Doc Ripley. Off we go. Off we go.
Here we go. So, oh, look at that. Yeah, so this is one of the, I think, the lightest vehicle, I think. Yep, set up here to start now. This little Covet, another waste of space Covet. Bit of Japanese hairdryer stuff going on here. I'm sure it's not going to do very well.
Oh, come on. Come on. I mean, this is the lightest vehicle there.
Yeah, but it's got, like, leaf springs at the back.
Yeah, but most of the muscle cars you love have got leaf springs still.
Yeah, but that's different.
How is it different?
Well, leave me alone.
Oh, very funny. Nice little pun there. Very good. So anyway, so the cover's been extended with the pickup at the back.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's just off the back of some kind of tractor or something. I mean, it's just been knocked up.
But yeah, but that's the whole point of the Gamma 500. So this is probably. I'm actually surprised that I'm actually quite surprised that there's no spare bits and bobs in the flatbed. To be honest with you, like all the other vehicles have been carrying spares. Yeah, so it's. We're going to see how well. I think it's going to be in for a good time here.
Yeah, past the potholes, past the tree of wisdom,
and Doc Ripley. I think it's going to get a good time. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I think so. Well, it's okay. I'll be honest with you. Doc Ripley looks like. Oh, whoops! Oh dear, bouncing all over the place. Oops, those leaf springs aren't probably doing him many favours.
No, crossing the line for the end of lap 1, we saw 1:21. Okay.
Yeah, that's about an averagey sort of time, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, we're getting around the 120-ish, aren't we? Yeah, we're certainly not breaking any records. But it's not just about that. I mean, it's about the fun. I'm sure when we get all the vehicles on the track together, it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yep, so the little front-wheel drive hairdryer is heading down over the pyramid, down into Dust Bowl Alley.
Yeah, I think we haven't seen anything too crazy, but at the same time, you know, the vehicles are making it round, and that's what they're built for, is to make it over this rough terrain.
Over the transition from the dirt to the tarmac, it's spare parts all over the place. Past these, navigating around these potholes, and about to pass the Tree of Wisdom.
There we go. Excellent. So, Doc Ripley in the Incapable Covet is now heading down to bouncing around all over the place. Oh dear, trying to get that beast under control and crossing the line for 1:13.03. Yeah, so that was interesting. Yep. So of course it was truly just the unstable that just failed to even do one lap.
Yeah, that was useless as all the Covets are.
Wait a minute. No. This Covet, the Incapable, actually did pretty well. Didn't break any records.
No, but in first position is a Civetta Bolide, the Einau, the 106.43.
Second is the Grand Marshal Grand Scavenger, 109.69. Kinexer 06 driving that one.
The Ibishu Covet, the Incapable, which is this one, got in third position at 113.03, driven by Doc Ripley. Fourth position is the Autobello Piccolina, the Brutta Anatra, a 114.38.
Yeah, then the Soliad Wendover in fifth position, the Croco with a 115.56, driven by Mutu Mortu.
Yet sixth is the Soliad Lansdale, the Landslide, with a 118.54, driven by Poppy Ace.
Yep, and in seventh is the Ibishu Pigeon, the Poogeon, with a 125.25.
Yes, and then of course it's the Covet, the Unstable, which did not finish. But I can't wait to see what happens in the knockout race, so stay tuned because that will be coming next. We now have the grid positions, so I can't wait to see.
See you in the next one.